What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm not sure how it's gonna look because I got the camera. Um, the heck, the camera vertical. But either way, I just wanted to hop on here, and I was just thinking about how long I've been on my healing journey and how long um it's taken. I should have put the conditioner first. How long it's taken for me to like process certain emotions, certain parts of my life, how long it's taken for me to grow in certain areas. And like I've honestly I've really been healing for like years, like over a decade. And it brings me back to the point that I always make when I'm talking to people is that there's no real like healing. Hi, whoever you are, one person that's on here. Um, but yeah, it's there's never there's you're never completely healed because of the society that we live in and the lives that we have to live. It's always gonna be something, right? It's always gonna be something that we're healing from. It's always gonna be some new trauma. Sometimes trauma that we aren't even a part of that we're being subjected to because we're watching it on social media. We're seeing people be murdered in Gaza, in Congo, in Sudan, and we're witnessing that and we're grieving the loss of those lives because we're human, of course. um the powers that be do not want us to empathize or even have feelings, and they want us to be desensitized. But at the end of the day, that is trauma, right? And so going back to the point that I don't think we'll ever completely be healed, but some things that I did or that kind of triggered my journey or started my journey and helped me to realize, like, oh, like this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be out here doing all of this other stuff you was doing. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I really had I lived a hard life in my 20s. I was doing way too much. I was lost. I was doing things that I had no business doing. I was talking to dudes I had no business talking to. And like just trying to get fast money and trying to do stuff that I wasn't necessarily raised to do. But I kind of like, I feel like now that I'm a parent, I can say this. I saw myself not listening to anyone because they would not listen to me, right? So the adults that were in my life, yes, some of them may have had good advice, but because I couldn't talk to them and because it wasn't a real thought partnership, I felt like you don't have my best interest at heart because you don't know what I really want to do. You don't know where my heart is. You don't know what I want to do in my heart. So therefore, I can't take advice from you. And then I did take some of the bad advice that they gave me, which was like, just have friends, just talk to who you want to, and mess with whoever you want to, and make sure they got money. And so I was trying to talk to dudes that had money, and a lot of times dudes that have money are drug dealers, pimps, people that's doing illegal shit. So that's what I was doing. I was talking to dudes who did not have my best interest at heart, who I had no business messing with. And so now, so what happened was I moved to Vegas, and if you know me, you know this. I moved to Vegas, and Vegas was just like it was absolute shit show. And so I moved to Vegas, and it was like really crazy, a really crazy lifestyle. I was going through all types of stuff. That's a story for another day. But I ended up moving back to Bakersfield, which is my hometown. And then um, I ended up getting a car accident, and that car accident helped me pay for myself to move to DC to work on my album, to work on my music album. And so when I moved to DC was the blackest place I had ever been. I'm from California, mind you. And so DC was the blackest place I had ever been. I moved in with The producer that I was working with at the time, who was name is Taurus Mateen, and his wife Dara, who ended up becoming really good friends of mine, and they were Muslim, and so their lifestyle. First of all, before I had went to DC, I had experienced. I was 25 years old. I experienced a divorce. Got married to this dude for the wrong reason, and it obviously was not a match. And so I get married to this dude, end up divorcing him within a month, and basically right afterwards, ended up getting my own apartment. Then I was going to Las Vegas to sing for someone's wedding, ended up getting in a car accident. So I moved to DC. So yeah, so I had kind of told myself, like, look, when you get to DC, you need to get your life together. So I had stopped smoking. I stopped doing a whole lot of stuff that I felt like, was the reason why I was like going through so much. No smoking, no drinking, no dating. When I went to DC, that was my plan. I was like, I'm not going to do no smoking, no drinking, no dating for a whole year and just see what happened. And I basically wanted to just focus on working on my music, working on my album. So I'm there working on my album. And, I feel like a lot of times when we think like, oh, I'm about to be healing and I'm on my journey, a lot of stuff, a lot of habits die hard. And it takes a long time for you to change the way that you behave. It takes a long time to change all those habits. And a lot of stuff, you don't even know that it's harming you or that it's something that is not beneficial to you until you learn, until you gain the knowledge, or until you're around people that live healthy lifestyles, and you can kind of see like, oh, I see how, I see what type of routines they do, or I see what type of how they talk, how they walk, right? Because what we say is super important. The things that we speak them into existence. And when we're speaking those things, if we're speaking them negatively, those things tend to manifest in our lives, which is why it's important to not do stuff like gossiping, um, just talking shit about people and whatever. It's important to learn what type of things we should actually be talking about, um, in order to manifest an abundant life. And I just think, a lot of times I feel like a lot of people, like in the healing community, it'd be like so mystical, and it's like manifest this, manifest that. And it's like manifestation is really, to me, it correlates with the scripture, faith without works is dead, right? You can believe, 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 believe. If you ain't doing the work, you're not manifesting nothing. So manifestation is partly believing, but it's also doing the work. So you speak what you want into your life. You speak what you want, and then you also do the work as if it's happening. And so that's how things begin to happen. And I'm telling y'all this because I have manifested. I've manifested a lot of stuff. It's not to say that I don't still have times where I feel like I'm going through a moment where I'm not believing in myself and I'm not manifesting. I still have moments like that. And I feel like a lot of times people be saying like, yeah, you can manifest $1,000,000 in 2 days. And it's like, yeah, you probably can if you put in the work in, but at the same time, we're human, and sometimes you might not be feeling your highest self on certain days. So um that manifestation might not necessarily become coming through because you need either Kai, the heck, my child. um so y'all, yeah, my child is doing stuff, so I'm just gonna keep the camera up here so that we don't see things we're not supposed to see. And I'm gonna have to go back and look on this video to make sure that he's not in here. But yeah, so I feel like you manifest by working on what it is that you want to manifest. And I'm not saying in a way where it's like, oh, I'm working towards this and it's going to happen. It's like you're working towards something because you believe that it's going to happen. Not necessarily like I'm working and then it's going to happen, but like you just, it's like an energy, it's like a momentum. So you push forward with the momentum. You say the things that you're believing are going to happen, and then things happen, and they don't necessarily happen in ways that it's like, oh, I expected this to happen. It doesn't happen like that. Sometimes it's just out of nowhere. Sometimes it is something that you might have been waiting on, that you were trying to manifest. But a lot of times it's just like, what the heck? I just got some money. Like I just got hired to do this job or do this gig. It kind of happened like that. But either way, my healing journey has taken a long time, because it takes a long time. It's a lifelong process. It's not something that you could just be like, oh, I'm healed. But it takes getting around the right people. It takes being in the right place. Sometimes it takes a big move. Sometimes it takes you getting out of the area that you're in and starting something new. um and I know how people will be like, oh, you need to cut this person off, you need to cut that person off. Sometimes I think that whole cutting off thing can be kind of toxic. And so that's why, like, even my last couple of like New Year's resolutions, it's not an energy of like I'm about to cut folks off. It's more energy of they're gonna fall off if we're not in alignment. I'm not gonna get into it with nobody. I'm not gonna tell anybody I'm cutting you off, or I'm not gonna block nobody so they can feel less than. But when you're operating in a certain way and you're talking about certain things that other people aren't necessarily talking about, they'll tend to fall off anyway. um and then hopefully what will happen is that you'll inspire them, and not inspire them in a way where you have to like be trying to tell people what to do. Because I'm a Leo, so I'm kind of bossy sometimes. And so I have been in I have been in my Leo-esque vibes, and have been trying to boss people around about like what they should be doing with their lives and all of that. And it's like, girl, get your own life together and stop worrying about other people. And either way, you can't tell nobody nothing. People gonna do what they want to do. And so anyway, I'm saying all of that to say that a lot of times when you are on your healing journey, um, people in your life will be inspired. They won't say it. They won't tell you that, oh, your healing journey is inspiring me. But they'll just start doing little stuff. They'll start showing that, like, you know what? Oh, I'm from Bakersfield, where I sound like I'm from, Bakersfield, California. But they won't tell you that you're inspiring them or that you're helping them on their healing journey. But they will start to like do little stuff. Like, for instance, like I've been vegetarian for the last like maybe like 10 plus years. And like my family, they not vegetarian, but sometimes they'll call me and be like, what you do when you make this, what you do when you make that. I know I do sound like, well, my family is country. My grandmother was from Oklahoma. My grandfather, great grandmother, grandfather were from Oklahoma and Texas. And so I grew up really country, actually. I grew up in Bakersfield, California, but we had cows, chickens, horses, all in our backyard. My grandma always used to have some like produce growing in the yard. So I'm really country. Oh, from New Orleans. Okay, that's what's up. Shout out to you. Life is a blessing. Life really is a blessing. That's such a beautiful handle, beautiful name. So yeah, I believe that, we heal on our own time, we heal on our own pace. I feel like it's a gentle, slow, long-term journey. It's not something that happens right away. It's something that over time you start to see, okay, I should be having these type of people in my life. I should be doing these type of things. I should be eating these type of things. I should be consuming. And when I say consume, I mean like media, um, what you read, what you listen to, the type of music that you listen to. All of those types of things are really, really important when it comes to our psyche and the things that we're thinking about subconsciously. Because if you really think about it, fasting, water and fruit, yep, yeah, it's about time I do a fast too. Um, but when you have so many things that are like bombarding your mind, and it's like you listening to like my booty hole brown, it's like you thinking about that when you going to sleep. It's like subconsciously playing in your mind. So we have to be very careful about what we listen to and the things that we have playing in the background of our mind. And that also goes back to what we put in our children, what we say to our children, how we speak to our children, the things that we instill in them. Because your voice, our voices, are the voices that our children will hear when they're older. Those will be the voices that they replay in their minds and say, this is how my mom used to talk to me. And I want for my the voice that my child hears from me. I want it to be, you are so smart, you're amazing, you're brilliant, you're so cute, I love you, you're funny. Like, I don't want it to be like, you can't do this, don't do that, don't stop, be careful, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And that is, I do that sometimes. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm working on it. And so I'm trying to catch myself. Like, a lot of times, I'll just see like little Instagram stuff, and it'll be like, instead of saying be careful, say this or say that. So slowly but surely, like I said, it takes time, it takes practice, doing that. And then eventually you'll learn how to change your words and your conversation. I just started this new thing for me. I'm reading the Bible every night before bed, so that's the last thing I have on the mental. Exactly. I've been wanting to read my Bible more. It's literally right by my bed. I have it. My great grandmother gave me a Bible. So I think that's really, really dope. And just like, I've been really thinking about just like scriptures that I want to instill in my child's mind that he can repeat, and say, and that he can have access to. First of all, I had my child a little older. I was 35, and not saying that I'm going anywhere, but I just think about, like, I want to really instill a lot in him. So if I am not here, that he always has something to go back to. I don't want it to be doubt and fear. I don't want all the things that he remembers of me that I'm saying to be doubt, fear, and just me fear mongering him. I don't want him to remember those types of things about me and my voice. So, but like I said, it's a practice. It takes a long time. It's a time for everything. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna tap back in. I'm gonna let you know if I actually do that. But I'm really glad I came on here and just talking and having this conversation, because that's good. Because sometimes with the Bible, it's be like, where do I start? I don't know where to start. So thank you. Um, but yeah, so it's practice. It takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something that we incorporate little by little into our lives. And then 20 years from now you're a healthier you. I'm a healthier me. And that's basically what I took away this morning, of me having my thoughts of like, dang, I really been healing for a long time. I really have been on this journey for a long time, and I still got a long ways to go. I still like there's so much room to grow, because just think, like, so I started my healing journey when I was in my 20s. I was having bad habits and bad self-talk for 20 plus years. So now I need a whole nother 20 plus years to do the opposite. And so it happens over time. It's not microwavable. It's a lifestyle. And I think to support that lifestyle, you should take every single resource you have, whether that be your friends, whether that be the food, whether that be the media that you consume. All these different things play a part in your journey. And I do think some people may some people probably are able to just kind of click and then it's on. The way my brain works is not that. So I really need a lot of reinforcement, a lot of support. I work better with other people. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like I'm pretty down to earth. But yeah, I think, it's about the systems that you have around you, the systems that you have in place. I feel like you make sure that you have a lot of people around you, a lot of good things around you, like going to the farmers market, going to different places, just yoga studios. And I'm not saying to seek out certain types of people, because I feel like sometimes people can take advantage of people who are in search of healing. But I do believe that when you put yourself, and then when you're prayerful or, meditative in your heart and your mind, that you can start to manifest the type of situations and environments that you should be around in order to, help you in your healing journey. But it takes time, and it really is something that you just have to put in your mind, that this is the way that I want to live. This is how I want to be. And this is what I'm manifesting for my life right now. So that's it. That's all I have to say right now. I've been having this page for like a minute. And, I am just getting to a point to where I'm like, you know what? I need to just start sharing what's on my heart. It's important. It's a lot of people in the world that are talking and telling people, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. And I just want to say that I'm not an expert. I'm just sharing my testimony. I'm just sharing my journey. So if somebody can take something away from what it is that I'm saying, then that's a blessing to me. And I also feel like it's in alignment with my purpose, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing by sharing my testimony, sharing my journey, sharing the things that I've been through, so that whoever's listening, you can know that if you didn't been through some stuff, you're not alone. Like, everybody goes through stuff. Everybody, experiences ups and downs, and they don't define us. Our worst days do not define us. Um, yeah, yep. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be doing more lives every morning. Like when I'm getting ready to leave the house, I'm gonna just start tapping in on the lives. I really appreciate talking to Black men, because I appreciate talking to Black women anyway. Black women is where it's at. We get each other, and especially Black mothers. But I really appreciate talking to Black men, because I feel like society wants Black men and Black women to be separated. They want us to be at odds. They want us to be against one another. And I see spaces for Black men. I see spaces for Black women. I believe that there should be spaces for all of us, because I feel like I can see things in you that you may not be able to see, because I have a different lens, because I'm a woman, and then you can see things that I can't see because you're a man and you have a different lens, right? So I believe that we should be having these conversations together, that we should all learn how to like hold one another accountable in love, right? Because I know that a lot of people say a whole bunch of stuff, and y'all be doing this, y'all be doing that, and I think it should be said in love, and it should be facilitated in a way to where people aren't kind of like trauma dumping on one another, but just kind of speaking facts and speaking about our journeys and how we can elevate, how we can be better people. So yeah, I'm gonna be tapping in here, try to tap in at least once every morning or afternoon on live. So yeah, tap in. I would love to continue to have conversation and just figure out how we can be better people, better humans, better mothers, fathers, daughters, cousins, because that's what our babies need. That's what the world needs. The world is hurting. It's a lot of evil going on in the world. And I just feel like it's not that damn hard to be a good person. It's really not. I just feel like it's so much stuff that like enters our mind that tells us like, oh, you got to get money, get hoes, get bitches, this all of this stuff. And it's like, that is not it. It's so whack, because what happens is that you're going to end up alone. You're going to end up alone, broke, and still chasing that fast life instead of chasing the life of, I got a whole garden in my backyard, I got grandkids, I got loved ones, I have healthy relationships around me, and I'm not faulting anyone. So I just want to say that because I don't want to be somebody that's judging anyone, but I definitely feel like you know I ain't blaming nobody, because the conditions that we're in, they're not the type of conditions that we should be living in. It's not conducive to us living a happy, full life. That's not what this system wants us to do. They want us to be sick. They want us to be dumb. They want us to hate one another. And so it's not that hard. It ain't that hard to live a wholesome life. And believe me, it's a lot more rewarding. Oh, needed to hear this. I'm on my way healing right now. Yeah, that's what's up. That's hella dope. I'm affirming for you that you was obviously here for a reason. This is super random. I just randomly just hopped on live today because I was like, you know what? Let me just hop on live and just talk. And I've been dealing with, imposter syndrome and not wanting to like hop on live and speak my mind because I'm like, oh, somebody gonna be thinking this, somebody gonna think it. But I really hopped on today because I just felt like, you know what, I'm gonna talk to the people who don't know me, who've never heard me, who need to have conversation and who need a space where they can understand that, we're all we're all healing, we're all doing work, and it takes time. And whatever you've been through, whatever you're going through, you are not alone. You're not alone. We are not alone. But because, the internet wants to make us feel so separated, and that, we are all living in silos, that's not the case. So, what I would like to do here is build community, build a space where we can not only share our testimonies, but also understand that we're not alone. We're not alone. This is a community space. And I just want people to understand that this is a judgment-free zone, and that healing takes time. Healing takes time. You don't just snap your finger like Thanos and be healed. It doesn't work like that. It don't work like that. It takes time. I've been healing for over a decade, and I still got a whole lot of healing to do. Okay. I'll be 39 this year. My son is 3 years old, and I'm just trying to become a better mother. Trying to become a better mother. I'm trying to become a better woman for myself, because everything can't just be about, me making myself better for my child. I have to be better for myself as well. But that's what I'm on. I'm on a lifestyle change. I'm on me changing my life and inspiring the people around me, and hopefully impacting people so that I'm making this world a little better. Even if it's just one or two people, even if I'm just touching one or two people and they're better because of something that I said, I feel like that's my purpose. That's my purpose, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing in your future husband. I shade to that. I shade to that. But that's so true though, because a lot of people want to get in relationships. I'm not in a relationship right now, but I'm like not trying to date either, because I just feel like I still got work to do. I still got work to do on myself. I want to be a better person before I invite someone into my life. I feel like when you're in a relationship, you start to adopt some of the things that this other person is doing. And so for me, I just want to be able to attract who is for me, who's right for me, and I want to attract. And that's not just in like intimate relationships, that's like friendships too. So I'm on the lookout for friends who are like in alignment with who I want to be. And if I see things that aren't in alignment with who I'm trying to be, then that's God telling me like, nope, that's not who you're trying to be. So you need to separate yourself, and you need to, move different. So yeah, it's a journey. It's gonna take time. Um, I hope to see you again. Life is a blessing. I'm about to tap out. We about to go to church, and then we got a birthday party to go to, kids' birthday party. So we about to head to church right now, and I hope you have a beautiful day, a blessed day. Thank you for tapping in with me. Thank you for like all your encouraging words. I really appreciate it. And like I know I'm the one that's talking, but like I have been blessed by your words. So thank you. It was really encouraging to just have somebody on here with me, because like I said, this is just so random. I just hopped on live today, but like I said, I plan to be on here every day. So just so continue to tap in, share it with a friend. I'm gonna post the live, so it'll be back up. It'll be on here. And yeah, I hope to tap in with you again. I will continue to pray for you, as I hope you continue to pray for me. And have a beautiful day. All right, peace.